measure how quickly, how fluently they are using it if they're doing new stuff. Because there might be that lag between their cognition and their production, which isn't something that we want to measure in this particular time. They are also focusing on giving or receiving meaning. And this comes up all the time. So we want it to be meaningful. There's pressure, that's my preferred option, or encouragement to go faster. Faster, faster, faster. And then there's a large amount of input output. Okay, so there's a synergy with this and the meaning focused input, meaning focused output. Less synergy with the language focused output. If it involves unknown vocabulary, it is not a fluency development exercise. It's a language learning exercise. If we're focusing on language features, so tell me a story using the simple past tense. That's language focused learning, not fluency. And if we're not pushing them to go faster, it's not a fluency development activity, according to this definition. Okay? So a conversation class where they've got 10 minutes just to chat with each other about something, not a fluency builder according to this. That's meaning focused output, meaning focused input. Still valuable, but in my not so humble opinion, no good humility very well. It's one of my attributes. Not enough attention is paid to fluency. Okay? This is the aspect of linguistic and communicative competence that receives the least amount of attention. Bar. And I think it's because we're not teaching them new stuff. Right? We're reviewing. We're getting them to use what they've already mastered or learned. But when we think about us, we're using the stuff that we already learned. So it's natural for people to use their previous competencies and not always be trying to get this more and more and more and more and more. Okay? Because if you go this far, you've probably forgotten what you're already doing. So we need to do this first. As I said, each of these four strategies have roughly the same amount of time. Roughly. However, expats in the group, your Korean co-teachers, counterparts, have done language-focused learning enough. Okay? If you want to de-emphasize that, and Ellis backs up Nation on this, Ron Ellis, when he says that instruction needs to ensure that learners focus predominantly on meaning. Okay? And that we also focus on form. Not form before meaning, but meaning takes precedence over form if we're going for communication. Okay? If we're going for a TOEIC test situation, I have just wasted the last 40 minutes of my life. Because this has nothing to do with that. Activities that blend these things quite well. Memorizing useful phrases and sentences. This is called chunking or clumping. Okay? And the true measurement of fluency in the language is how many prefabricated chunks you have. Okay? So you're not going, make this word, 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 now I have this chunk. Okay? Chunk. Read also if you want to look into that. Practicing sentence patterns, guided listening and reading. What is it? Surveys, interviews, quizzes, listen and do, or listen and draw, which are always fun, except I can't draw, so I hate it. Bingo, listening to pictures, information transfer, descriptions, hints, ask and move, 20 questions, walk, talk, same or different. All of these things we've seen before. Okay, there should be an right here. My personal favorite would be things like a dicto gloss, okay, which is basically you're glossing the dictation. Okay? Just plug how to do a dicto gloss into a Google search and it will give it to you. If you've got more advanced learners or you want to really push this, the best exercise I have ever found for this is something called a dicto watch. DICTOWATCH. And It's hard. It's hard. But it's the best thing I've ever found for driving all those things. Okay? And I think I've got 1 minute left. Roughly? 3 minutes. Oh. That was this close. Okay, so questions?
Okay.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
loving living choir, unfortunately, big problem in school,
Yeah.
and it escalates from
Elementary, middle, to high.
middle to
Yeah.
high. The language focus,
Yes.
it stays there.
Yes.
It stays there.
Yes.
What can we do to try and incorporate this? Or is it
We can definitely incorporate. The problem is as we get closer and closer to the student exam, we're doing the students a disservice by not focusing on the language. Like that's what they need. Doing activities where they're talking with each other, where they're making meaning, where they're negotiating meaning and form, which is why I like these philosophies and philosophy so much. It is excellent, but I think it's just way too different. Okay. Thank you very much, guys.